We in. Let's go.
We here. Breaking news. Welcome to the homies overtime. We normally don't start it off this way, but Adam Schefter reports there's a new highest paid player in the NFL, Jordan Love, a young man from Green Bay Packers who's had himself about 8 good games.
Eight.
About
Eight
eight
good
good
ones.
games.
That's it.
G, I'm gonna throw it to you. Is he worth being the highest paid player in the NFL?
Hey, man, first of all, I want to say shout out to my boy Zach Smith over the Minister Sports, because Zach said that if Jordan Love becomes the highest paid player in the NFL, he's done with NFL football. So, Zach, I'll see you Monday, bro, because I think that you just had to eat big cheese on this one. Is he worth it? Absolutely not. Is he worth it? But is he going to get the bread? Absolutely so, because they can't allow him to be in the last year of his contract and negotiate for what probably is going to be a $240 to $250 million quarterback at that time. They can't wait this long. So he broke the bank. Is he worth it? The only thing he's done is he beat the Cowboys. Shout out to Jordan Love for beating the Cowboys. So I appreciate you, bro. But
I mean, he had a good home stretch there. Second half of the season, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, without a doubt. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah.
He also, I mean, look at the schedule. You know, I think they played the Raiders and the Bears, and he did play the greatest teams in the NFL.
Facts.
I don't know, man. That's a lot to give up for a small sample size. For those of you who don't know, I am a gambler. Yeah. We do have a little gambling podcast called Pay Dirt.
Yeah.
And I look at this as like high reward, but also high risk, right?
Yeah.
I'm not getting my chips in per se when I feel like my payout is much bigger than what I'm putting in. I feel like I don't have there's a lot of risk and the reward's very close to the risk here. So I don't know that I like it. I'd like to get a little bit more. I'd like to get a little bit more odds in my favor, a little less money bet on my part, or I'd like to see a little bit more from the young man. Tate, I held strong when you said 1150 and not 1125, and there was a reason. That's where I saw the value of the bet. Do you see the value in this contract for this young man?
Well, it's just what's going on now, right? I mean, what has Tua done more than him? Tua just got paid today too.
$216 million.
And that's what I planned on talking about.
A similar contract. I mean,
Trevor Lawrence makes more money than Joe Burrow. I want you to think about that.
And Pat Mahomes.
They hold themselves into this when they held on to Aaron Rodgers for 2 years too long.
Yep. Yeah, that's big.
Like they got in Jordan Love. They had to give him that 1 year deal where I think he made $23 million a contract with incentives.
Yeah.
He came out, lit it up the second half of last year, took him to the playoffs, beat Dallas in Dallas. Could have beat San Fran in San Fran.
We got a super chat. Thomas Eads. Love or Cousins? Worst contract. Cousins only 2 years, right?
Yeah.
I think Cousins is 2 years.
Yeah.
So if I can get out from underneath 2 years.
Jordan Love's 4 years, though. And Jordan Love's still relatively young, too.
Yeah, that's why I said I'd rather pay the young guy.
But I think Cousins is good for what he's a 2 year deal. They drafted a quarterback this year. It's a bridge, and it's probably the best bridge we've seen. Right? He's the best bridge quarterback I can recall in current. They had the money to do it. I don't know, man. And now $45 million, it doesn't look like it's out of whack anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, considering he's the bridge to Michael Penix and you got him on a rookie deal for 2 years. Yeah, I'm not that ain't a bad deal.
But still,
for 4.
Penix
look what Jordan Love did his first year in the playoffs. Kirk Cousins has never. That matters.
Okay.
Yeah. But Jordan. Now this the thing though. This the high risk though. What if that was fool's gold that you saw the last 8 games of the season? Because what the Packers are signifying right now is they're saying that this kid might be the best quarterback in the NFC. That's what that contract says. He's the best quarterback in the NFC.
Frank Reich had a hell of an 8-game stretch.
But why, Big G?
He's got the number one money.
No, but I'm telling you why. Because they kept Aaron Rodgers too long. They drafted Jordan Love in the second round. He sat for 4 years.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
It's on them. They didn't give themselves an opportunity to see what they had. So now they got to take a roll of the dice.
They made their bed.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, that does signify he's the number one quarterback in the NFC. He's better than every quarterback in the NFC right now today. That's what that contract says. He's number one. There's nobody better than him. No, who? Dak?
I still would take Stafford.
I would too.
I mean, I think I would take maybe Stafford or maybe even Jared Goff, because Jared Goff done did a lot of stuff. But
he has, but Jordan Love performed excellently last year against Dallas Francisco in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and Stafford's not even top 10 anymore.
And was the best quarterback coming stretch last year to finish the season.
Yeah.
I will give you this list of highest paid quarterbacks, starting with number 1 with Trey Lance. Then we have Trevor Lawrence, 55.
Trey Lance is the highest paid quarterback?
Not Trey Lance. I'm sorry. Jordan Love. Jordan Love.
Okay.
That was a sleight of hand. He was throwing him in the same category. I got it.
I don't know. Jordan Love just signed number 1 deal, right? Trevor Lawrence, number 2, 55. Joe Burrow, 55. Tua, 53.1. Jared Goff, 53. Justin Herbert, 52.5. Lamar Jackson, 52. Jalen Hurts, 51. Kyler Murray, 46.1. Deshaun Watson, 46. Kirk Cousins and Patrick Mahomes at 45.
That's a lot.
Man, how many of those quarterbacks do you call elite in that group? In those
4.
top 10?
Probably 4.
I got 3.
Burrow, my homeboy, Jackson.
That's it. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, 3.
If I was going to put a 4th quarterback elite, he's not on that list.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. I go 1 to 3. Yeah, absolutely.
But there's an argument for him being the best quarterback in the NFC, like Big G said.
But that's best player in the NFL money. Steelers 06 says Burrow isn't elite.
That's not true.
That seems like a good troll.
That's not true. That's not true. Joe Burrow is a top 3 NFL quarterback. And I'm a super duper over enthusiastic diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And I admit Joe Burrow's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you say top 3. I got him top 2.
So, I want to go back to AFL 67's comment too, because, one of the things that I had on here was our take on NFL economics. We see San Francisco, even on their rookie deal with the last pick, Mr. Insignificant, irrelevant.
Yeah,
they still are having a hard time actually signing all their guys, right?
Yep.
The big tackle, help me. What's his name?
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
Yeah.
Got problems with him. Got problems with Ayuk. They're having problems signing their guys because they do have some other guys. They got one of them Bosa's. It's sucking up a lot of money. They got CMC, so they got Debo. They got a lot of guys over there getting paid.
George Kittle.
So you start looking at this like, they're having issues that started making me thinking. Can you
Yeah.
keep rolling this budget from year to year, or are teams basically running up their credit cards for a few years when I got guys on these rookie deals, and then cutting back after a couple years to try and catch up on that debt and then do it all over again? What's the best formula for this, right? Because if you got a quarterback making 55, you got a wide receiver making 35.
Yeah.
And you got a $268 million salary cap. 35.5% of your salary cap goes to two cats.
Woo.
It's tough to build a team, right? So are the Chiefs the smarter play here for getting rid of Tyreek Hill, getting those draft assets, and building that way where they drafted their wide receivers this year, drafted their defense in the previous years, have some really good young talent, and are able to pay their other Chris Joneses of the world and their Patrick Mahomes and get all those guys on contracts that they're good? Or do you just keep shuffling the deck? Because I'm looking at the Bengals had two really high-end wide receiver assets.
Yeah.
Could have got something. I'm wondering, is it better to get something for that, get it out of return, and just keep that moving over? Is that quarterback that the most important piece to that point, that you just keep the quarterback happy and maybe pay one receiver, which I would say paying Jamar Chase is just like them paying a wide receiver and Travis Kelce.
I got the answer, B-Dirt.
But the difference is Travis Kelce don't make as much as Chase gonna make.
Correct.
Travis
That's the reason why I
Kelce
say
make about 18 million.
Kelce and a wide receiver is it would be a Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
So they let Tyreek go, took a secondary receiver and a Kelce.
Yeah, but I got the answer. The Chiefs are smart because the Chiefs are mimicking or mocking the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots did the exact same thing with Tom Brady, Frank Gronkowski, and they shuffled the deck. And they kept bringing in young players, and look how many championships they got.
Tom Brady never took top of the market money. But let me tell you why I think the Chiefs are smart. Because they did the opposite of what Green Bay just did. They got off Alex Smith after 1 year and put Patrick Mahomes in and say, "Oh, we got something."
Yeah,
playoffs, Super Bowl. Then we give him the money and we give him early and go long. So they're gonna restructure and renegotiate because he's playing better than everybody else and he's making less than everybody else. But they were smart enough to go in with that 450 for 10 years. They're like, we got something. We're going to invest in it. We're going to do this. They got Alex Smith. And, and the difference is Patrick Mahomes is making more, or maybe around the same amount as Dak Prescott. But you can get rid of Tyreek Hill with Patrick Mahomes because he's a force multiplier. Dak Prescott is not. A lot of these guys are not. A lot of these guys need pieces around him to be good. Patrick Mahomes makes pieces good.
That's big facts. That's big fact.
Burrow, I also wonder about the psychological investment there because Chase and him are so close.
Yeah.
So the psychological investment's weird. Now, Chase wanting paid right now, wanting to get that bag right now, I think helps him because, things are real tight right now. How you figure that out and move structure around and whatever, they'll have to do some creative finance. But 2 years from now, when that big money kicks in, you pay the bonus up front, but the big money, when it kicks in for Chase, he's going to be a value in 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Burrow's going to be a value next season when his money kicks in. He's not making 50 this year, 55 this year.
Correct. But the deal is that if your quarterback is your best player on your team and he's your franchise, right? That you have to be able to see right away, can this player take me to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl? If you can't see that within the first 3 years, you got to get rid of him.
Not can he win you one, but can he be the reason why you win one?
Correct.
That's the question I ask.
First 3 years, if you don't see it, they got to go. They got it because it's going to ultimately cost you too much. And then, like you said, when you sink that amount of money, like Tua, there's no way Tua should have got $216 million. Look at all the pieces around it. You can switch Bryce Young and Tua around, and it's the same freaking guy. So that's not.
So how are they paying all those guys, right? I mean, where's that? They got Brandon Chubb over there. They got the Tua contract now. They got Waddle. They got Tyreek Hill. Who else?
They lost the defensive tackle.
Ramsey.
They lost the defensive tackle. They lost.
Yeah, they let
and they're going to keep
Wilkins
losing
go.
guys. Yeah, they're going to keep losing guys, pivotal guys. Miami's not going to be nowhere close to as good as they were last year by losing Van Noy and Christian Watkins. Man, there's no way their defensive line is cooked. So yeah, they're going to teams that pay the quarterback big bread, and you can't show that the guy is able to get you to that, at least to the Super Bowl and win it, and he's the reason why. Nah, after 3, they got to go. You don't invest in that next time. No, you give them the 4 and let them walk. Or franchise tag them, but no long contracts. And I think Green Bay made a big mistake, just like I think Miami just made a big, huge mistake.
You got to see a year plus, I think, in order to make that kind of an investment. Sorry, Tate, go ahead.
No, I just say I think Green Bay better off than Miami. I think Jordan Love is better than Tua.
I agree
because Jordan Love can win in cold weather.
Yeah.
At all. If you go into a cold weather game, you're losing.
Now,
now
Tua is 0-7. Tua is 0-7 at 49 degrees and lower. He's 0-7.
I'm gonna devil's advocate here because you've talked about pedigree before. Tua was a highly ranked player in high school, a much more highly ranked player in college, a much more highly sought after draft. I mean, he's got the pedigree. He led the league last year in passing yards. I mean, I would make the argument about his injury past, not about if he's a better quarterback or not, or as good. Because I think he's as good, at least.
I think Jordan Love is better. 1, because he's a little bigger. 2, because he can play in multiple environmental weather type situations. 3, because he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 or 4 years. I like Mike McDaniel, and I like the coach for Green Bay. They both got good offensive coaches. Between the two, with the same amount of money right now, they both got today. I'm taking Jordan Love.
So who makes it to a Super Bowl faster, Love or Tua?
Love, definitely. Easy.
That's my same answer.
Not saying he's going to make it, but saying he got the better chance every year because he don't play in the AFC.
Yeah.
Got a lot of young people around him.
AFC, man.
Yeah.
It is. He got a lot of young pieces around him. He ain't going to be losing people like they paying Waddle and Tyreek almost $60 million between them.
That's big facts.
Where's that money come from? I feel like the same thing. I watch the Eagles, and I'm like, where do they get all this money from?
Well, they're loaded up. They're loaded up with rookies across. If you really look like the Philadelphia
if you look
Eagles,
at their cap hits this year versus next year, shocking. G. Yeah, you should look that up on Sport Track. Yeah, Sport Track. That is shocking what their salary cap hits are this year versus next year. They're going to have a lot of moving pieces and people not re-signing.
So looking up for the Eagles for 2025.
Yeah, versus 2024.
Oh, I got you.
I think they might have the highest. If I recall off the top of my head, I think their highest cap hit for this season is $16 million, and that triples next year.
Oh, yeah, they're cooked. the Philadelphia. Oh yeah, they're big cooked. They're gonna be cutting a whole lot of bodies.
Now listen, I think we're gonna go. I think I wouldn't be surprised if the salary cap next year is $300 million. I really wouldn't. Just because Amazon getting in the building.
What is it now?
About 268 and change.
We usually go about 30.
So listen, just my thoughts. You're hearing talks about an 18-game schedule. That's already basically done. They're going to renegotiate it before the contract comes up. And guess what else you're hearing? Expansion. 18-game schedule and expansion, $300+ million salary cap. Maybe 320, 330. Those two things are going to happen.
Well,
expansion not going to happen next year, though.
So this leads to the confusion I have with Jamar Chase. If you really believe in yourself, and he hasn't had a whole lot of nagging injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know those numbers are coming. Man, I'm kicking that can down the road.
Yeah, bet on yourself.
I mean, he's already got life-changing money.
Yeah.
Being a first-round draft choice.
Yeah.
But if you kick that can down the road, you're talking about instead of 2 generations, 3 taken care of.
Take the 18-game schedule is gonna be done before they renegotiate the players.
Oh, that can happen next year. I'm talking about expansion.
I'll say within 3 years, no later than 2027, no later. But they're going to expand.
But with AFL 67, I agree with you. I think it's not impossible, but really hard to pay 2 guys 35% or more of your salary cap and still compete at a high level in the NFL. It's going to get real hard.
What they said, who is that? NSMC 99. 49ers, Eagles, Lions, and maybe the Cowboys. The Cowboys just need a quarterback who doesn't choke in every playoff game. Yeah, but the Cowboys, how they going to pay Michael Parsons and CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb wants to be the #1 paid wide receiver in the NFL.
Hold on. Can you put that back up for me? All right. So we have best quarterback out of those teams.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Would you put him in the top 4? Would you put him on the Mount Rushmore of AFC quarterbacks?
You mean of NFC?
Nope. No. Of the AFC quarterbacks.
Oh no, heck no.
He's 7 or 8 in the AFC.
So, I mean, you're talking about the NFC choking every year in the playoffs. They're just seeing who can rush to the finish line and get beat.
The NFC, AFC probably got about 8 of the top 10 quarterbacks in the AFC.
I wouldn't
argue. Off the top of my head, I'm not thinking about it deeply.
I wouldn't argue with Tate. I agree. Only guys that could probably
7 or 8.
Shout out to the quad father in the building.
What? Why he can't just hold out again, B-Dirt? That's what quad father's saying, bro.
Who's him?
I don't know. I think he's saying Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase is holding in, which is different, but it doesn't matter. I mean, he's played 3 years, so we got him locked for 4, extended for 5.
Unless he do some Le'Veon Bell type stuff.
Walk away from the league? I don't think that we're not in that situation.
Yeah.
We're not in that situation. This will get done sooner or later. It just is what it is.
I think, to be honest, I think Jamar Chase has a better chance of getting a contract before CeeDee Lamb does.
Listen, if I had a bunch of nickels around, if I was the Brown family, I would give Jamar Chase the money right now because of the things I've said. It's going to get more expensive for you in 2 years when he's actually out of his contract.
Yeah. Yeah. But
you're
like
going to get a bargain right now, but they're cash poor. They're asset rich, cash poor. And you have to have that guaranteed money in escrow.
Yeah, I would if I'm Jamar Chase.
The family has to put that money in the escrow.
Yeah, if I'm Jamar Chase, I do exactly what you say. I'm like, we're done with contract talks. I'm going to play. We'll revisit this at the end of next season.
Yeah.
You know,
or they would have to sell part of the franchise, or literally go get a loan in order to do all that stuff. Possibly, I'm not saying they are, but possibly could be in that situation because they've got so much money that's going to be tied up in escrow.
Yeah, I agree. And T Higgins is adios muchachos, my friend. T Higgins is adios muchachos. He's out of there,
man.
He's out of there.
I would have possibly dealt him, but that's another story.
Tate, who'd you just put in the Matrix? NSMC 99.
You're not keeping up with the comments.
He said Deontay Johnson
is better than CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, put him in, bro. But man, NSMC99, man, get the kick in. Because ain't no way Deontay Johnson's better than CeeDee Lamb, man. No. But CeeDee Lamb ain't worth all that bread, though. I agree with that point. He's not worth the money. No way.
Next comment, AFL 67 said, B Dirt, that's why I'm the OG, guaranteed only one here. Seen every Super Bowl. Tate, putting you as little fella right there. AFL 67 said, Tate, my little fella.
That's facts. That's facts. He the only one in the comments. He don't
triple, quadruple OG.
Yeah. I had to tease it though. I couldn't tell you that I agree with you. I had to tease it over here so you can find out why. All right. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Going straight into that. Breaking news. Jordan Love, now the highest paid player in the NFL. I still can't, whatever. Highest paid player in the NFL. We're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back and get into some other sports topics as well.
I got a question when we get back. We're gonna go out to break to the end, take a pause, and then be back for the second half of the Homies OT.
And we are back. Second half of the Homies OT. Get those algorithms up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe, if you're listening on a podcast, please do so now. Take a second to share us. Tell a friend about us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know somebody out there that likes sports, likes shenanigans? Those are the two things we bring you here.
We the best at shenanigans.
That's big facts.
Not so much sports, but shenanigans you definitely get.
Yeah, that's big facts.
Ooh, wait, Steelers 06. I was born in 1949. I've seen all of them too.
Oh,
we got some OGs in the building, man.
He talking cash.
Oh,
yeah, he done seen them all too. Yeah, done seen them all.
1949. Okay, that's
all
OG. My mom was 1946.
Let's take the subject off of football for a second and talk a little bit of basketball and Olympics. How is LeBron doing what he's doing? Does he not own a calendar? Does he not understand age? 21 years ago started this. 22 almost. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. I know what I felt like when I was approaching 40. I was not being the ball dominant go-to option on the U.S. Olympic team. That's for sure. Tate, man, I'm gonna throw it to you. You're our Olympics guru, resident LBJ fan club aficionado. How's he doing it?
Man, well, he was doing it. Well, he been a man his whole life, right? Let's just say that. He's been a grown man his whole life. When he was 15, he was a grown man.
Grown man.
He was scrimmaging with Michael Jordan and them, was hanging with him, holding his own, is what I want to say.
Facts.
At age 15 and 16. So he's been a grown man his entire life. And then the second part of it, he came in with all his expectations. I think he's fulfilled them, but he wanted to fulfill them and he wanted to work. And he's kept himself in shape. He's gotten better over all the years. When he first came in, he didn't have an outside shot. You know, that's why they lost, not why they lost, but they lost to San Antonio. And every year he just takes care of himself. We've heard the stuff about him paying $1 million a year to take care of his body. You know?
Yep. Facts.
I mean, but he's got to be the highest paid player in NBA history. He's going 22 years. He just signed a 3-year, $150 million contract at age 40.
Yeah.
That's most jokers on their way out trying to hang on, getting vet minimums at that age. I mean, at that age, if you playing. You know what I mean?
Hey, I got a big fact. That's something I didn't even know about LeBron James until today. Do you know that LeBron James has never had a cross trainer shoe? And for the Olympics, when he's warming up out there, He's got a cross-trainer tennis shoe to show players how they should switch shoes and have a shoe that they warm up in and play in through warm-ups and then switch up and put their game shoes on. I saw the pictures of it. I said, holy crap, this dude finds more and more ways to reinvent himself and show people how to get longevity concerning sports.
I didn't know that, but what I do know is on Team USA 2024. We don't call them the Dream Team. Team USA 2024. They took a vote. The players took a vote, voted for the best player on the team. 5 players voted for LeBron. No other player got more than 2 votes. And these are the best players in the world. And they're voting for the 40-year-old man.
It's unbelievable.
I would have voted for myself if I was on a team for sure.
What'd you say?
I would have voted for myself if I was on the team.
Yeah,
100%.
That's how you got the wee boy.
Yeah, it would have said, and B Dirt got 1 vote. I'd be like, yeah, buddy, that's me.
Hey man, look at his body shape too, man. Even though that's not pictures to pictures or apple to apples, man, his body, man, he has super duper old man strength, man. Look at his body, man. It's up at 40 years old. He almost looked better than he do when he was playing in high school.
Well, Big G, you know how it is, man. Like when I was younger, probably in my teens, probably approaching graduation, 17, 18, you know what I mean? My uncle, remember Uncle Eddie?
Yeah.
All right, Uncle Eddie. You know, we used to say, because I was a badass. I tried him one time. My mistake. And I probably was about 21 then. And you know how they say you got that grown man strength?
Yeah.
At 40, you got grown man. That's why LeBron, when they played Germany the other day in the exhibition, was bullying everybody. I think he was like 8 of 11 from the field, had an all-around great game. But when it came down the stretch and they needed a bucket, he would just
bully ball.
Bully ball, yeah.
Yeah. There's nobody on the global stage that can physically match him for physicality, needing a bucket and being able to go to the hole and score. On the whole global stage, there's not one player.
Nobody in the world, Big G?
There's not one player. There's not one player on a global stage. You
have some hyperbole type takes all the time. I don't think that's one of them, though.
There's nobody. There's not one guy. There's no guy on the planet that's going to stop him from getting to the bucket. There's no guy. They don't exist. They don't exist.
Quadfather said Ant voted for himself, no doubt.
Of course. Of course.
So let's roll this in.
Probably did.
Let's roll this LBJ talk right into, and this is another reason why we're not going to get into the GOAT conversation tonight, but it's just stacking chips on that GOAT conversation with this kind of play.
Yeah,
But what are your thoughts on Amazon winning the NBA deal away from TNT, putting a fork in the TNT, and probably one of the greatest pre and post game show in sports history, let alone NBA history?
Well, the bottom line is that now, and Charles Barkley now is retracting all his stuff, because at first he was like, I'm done. If TNT doesn't get the deal, I'm done anyway. I'm going to pass the baton and blah, 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 whoopie skip. I saw the direct quote from Charles Barkley today where he said, I will listen to offers. I'll go over here and I'll go over there, because he knows the potential of the money that he's going to get by signing with another network. Now, in all fairness, I think that the NBA should have stuck with TNT because the loyalty aspect of it. But from a business standpoint, B-Dirt, you got to go with Amazon, because guess what? What the NBA is going to do? Expansion. They going global, or they're going to have more teams playing. So they might give TNT a game or two here, or maybe give them none. But Amazon's the way to go, bro. They're going to get big bread from them. Big bread.
Well, and I also think, streaming.
Oh, yeah.
It's a streaming world. We're going to see more things under paywalls and all those kind of things. And I think, Amazon is going to lead that charge.
Yeah.
Without
Agreed. Big facts.
I will be sad. I will be sad to not watch Inside the NBA, but it is what it is.
They're going to get the whole crew. They're going to get the whole crew. They'll pay them all.
I don't disagree, but BG said one thing. Everything he said was on point, except for you don't mix loyalty with business. Business is all about the Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. And, that the teams do it when they cut athletes. The athletes do it when they leave in free agency. It's always all about the money, especially in sports. Did you see on the graphic Ted Turner, dollars. Amazon Jeff Bezos, $200 billion.
Yeah, that's facts.
So the NBA is looking at that potential partnership, the streaming aspect of it, everything can grow. I don't know what can grow, but everything can grow with Amazon and Jeff Bezos more than it can with the old school TNT and Turner.
It's like the wise words of O'Shea Jackson. Big bank, take little bank.
There you go.
But you know what the scary part is? Because I mean, Ernie Johnson definitely has been the flagship for TNT for all those years. I mean, I remember when he was with TBS, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Charles Barkley,
TBS is TNT. They together.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
but there was no TNT back then. It was just TBS because they played all the Atlanta Hawk games. They played all the Atlanta Hawk games.
We grew up, all we could see was the Hawks and the Braves on TV if you wanted to watch baseball or football.
Facts. So, but this the risk. Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, Kitty Smith, made you want to watch a game on a Tuesday night. And there might be some scrubs playing.
Little truth to that.
Made you want to watch a game on third because you wanted to chime in to see the shenanigans that they would pull. They have the greatest shenanigans show of all time.
Didn't they have to grow to that? You think if they threw the homies on there and we was doing, you think people will eventually come around to liking us? I think so.
That's the risk, though, because what if you don't get those characters?
Not without pay, obviously.
Yeah,
right.
The bias for pay, the big bias.
Listen, I would say this: like there was a lot of me laying down at night. I'm a sleep with the TV on guy that I would throw that TNT West Coast game on, not caring who was playing, because I wanted to hear some fun interaction before I fell out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's if Amazon can't reproduce that. Amazon might be cooked. they might be, because that's what made people want to watch the NBA. Ridiculous takes, shenanigans, all the conversations between Charles Barkley and Shaq.
I don't know if that's what made them want to watch it. I think it's a fun.
It definitely added to the experience. For sure.
You don't sit and watch a whole game just to see the pregame and the halftime. You don't.
Wait a minute. You know how many Emmys Inside the NBA won?
Oh, yeah. Probably about 15. 15, I'm guessing.
That's like the number one sports show out there, bro.
Yeah.
Especially after the game. Oh my God. After the game or the playoff games, they clown. People will
love them.
You'll watch the game and then you'll be like, man, I gotta see what Shaq does. Shaq in a fool and all that stuff. But man, I'm telling you, the races to the board, that stuff is classic, man. So if Amazon can't produce that and they look like ESPN, I don't know people going for that, bro. I don't know people going for that. They got to have that.
Some people, I watch the games though. I know what is it Tuesday, Thursday TNT and like Wednesday, Friday ESPN.
Yep.
I watched all the games. You know,
the games are the most important things for sure. For sure. Now, let me ask you this question. Trying to think about what it's going to look like on Amazon. What'd you think of the Amazon coverage of Thursday Night Football?
Compared to the other Thursday Night Football that we've watched, like on ABC?
I didn't like it. Past.
I didn't like it.
I thought it ended better than it started.
Agreed. I agree with that.
But it'll be interesting to see. There's definitely going to be resources poured into it.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see more resources. I'm very interested to see what this season Thursday Night Football on Amazon looks like compared to last season. I think they'll make some major improvements.
They got to have the right crew, man.
That's what it is. That's what I didn't like. I didn't like the people.
Yeah, their broadcasting crew was lightweight trash.
And Tony Gonzalez, nothing against them. And maybe it just takes some getting used to. But I wasn't necessarily a big fan of those particular choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't think we were going to have time for this, but I'm going to try and squeeze it in real quick just because I know we got some Steelers and Pittsburgh fans over there in the chat. We're not going to get too deep into it, but if anybody wants to take a quick shot at Big G for the Pirates beating the Phillies 2 out of 3 in their series, you can go ahead and throw it in there. Pirates over 500 right now. Went flying by that 50 number that Big G gave them as their over-under for the year. So
you see what sign I put up, Peter? You see what
Pirates
sign I put up? Yeah, the Pirates done made me some believers. Skeens, or whatever the picture. Skeens, he's him.
Yeah,
he's him. He's a dog. So hey, I walked it back. But the Pirates gonna mess around and make the playoffs. They're gonna mess around and make it, bro.
You might be right.
Yeah, and
a little easier over there in the National League than the American League for sure. Hey, Quadfather had a great comment I want to go back to. Kay Adams should be hosting the Amazon NFL pregame. I like her.
I like Kay Adams.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Nice personality. Good personality, actually. Good personality.
Yeah.
But I like Kay Adams a lot.
They got to find their John Madden. They got to find Amazon has to find their guy. They have to find the person that's going to lock in.
You're going there. I mean, well, Fox got Brady this year. We'll see how he does. But they was rolling with the tight end from Carolina. I don't even like him. And they had to do that because Aikman and Buck left.
Who's the guy that ESPN bought him out, and now he's on the College Game Day? I always forget his name. The guy the dude Pay always imitates.
Oh, wait, what? Pat McAfee.
They need to pay whatever they need to pay to get McAfee. If they brought McAfee and his crew over to that Amazon, they'd lock it down. Because he's got that type of personality.
What if they got the Barstool guys over there?
That wouldn't be bad. That would not be bad at all.
The Bussin' with the Boys.
Yeah.
Or KFC guys, somebody like that. They could.
It's got to be that type of personality.
Take.
Yeah, it's got to be that type.
Make it a little edgier than what you got over there because it's under the paywall.
Yeah, it's got to be edgy, man. It's got to be a Pat McAfee type guy because
mind.
that's the new age of broadcasting.
Yeah,
the new age of broadcasting is why do you think people watch us on podcasts? Because they love the fact that we're edgy and ain't no telling. At least
not vanilla.
Yeah, at least I can say for me, ain't no telling sometimes what's gonna come out of my mouth. So, and I'm just being honest. So
right, that's why you need to read that comment.
What's it saying? Man, ain't no pay bias here. Stop it.
He said, "Man, ain't no pay bias. He brings a calming influence to Big G hot takes."
That's bias.
Hey, there's a little bit of truth to that, Big G.
It's some truth. It's some truth.
It is because he tries to speak level-headed, where I just like throwing gasoline on it.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I like throwing gasoline on your hot takes, G. Let you dig those heels in a little harder.
Do y'all remember Jim Nance left Romo? He left football last year. Who was Romo with last year?
I don't remember. I don't remember who he was with. I'm trying to really think. It couldn't have been anybody that good. I'm gonna Google it.
It was Greg Olson and somebody. Obviously, ESPN has Buck and Aikman now. They're the best, I think, of the regulars. Yeah. Tirico and Collinsworth on NBC. Folks.
Oh my God!
But I mean, I think they're second
trash,
best.
He's trash. Wow.
I think they're second best. I probably go Romo, whoever he with, is third best now. Because you get used to the announcer's voice. I mean, I go back to Pat Straw and Madden, man. Merlin Olsen and Dick Enberg.
I like Aikman.
I like that. I said they're the best. I said they're the best.
I hear people
like
I hear people like kind of poo poo on them, but I don't. Yeah, Chris Collinsworth is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Oh, he kills it.
I can't.
Yeah,
Other than that, I'm pretty good with, and I'm pretty good with the college games. I'm pretty good with Kirk Herbstreit. You put him on any game, I'll listen to.
Joe Klatt too. Joe Klatt, a dog.
Happily listen to Joe Klatt.
Yeah,
and I like Gus Johnson and Chris Fowler.
Yep. Agreed. Yep.
College football is good. Good hands.
Yeah, you just got to find that guy.
While we're in the football, Tate, do you want to take another break here, or are we just going to keep it going for the second half?
You might as well take a break. We got to get 2 in.
All right, let's take one right now. And we're going to stay on football, but we're going to pause for the calls, pay some bills, hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Homies Overtime Podcast. We're going to stick with some NFL news. As Big G was holding up the sign, get those algorithms up. Hit that like, subscribe, thumbs up, share us, tell a friend to tell a friend. But I want to go over here, Big G. I know you love to hate this team. I want to talk about them.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys are in the news again.
Yeah.
Everybody wants paid. And Jerry Jones said he's all in by not giving out any of his chips.
Yeah.
That's his idea of all in. He ain't giving nobody no chips. You got to prove it this season or you ain't getting no money.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna kick it right to you, buddy. What's your take on this one?
Well, first of all y'all that's listening to us or listen to us on the audio side, I got my sign up, Dak is trash, all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. And what Jerry Jones is saying is, I ain't giving you no $60 million worth of bread. You have not brought me no rings, no championships, no nothing. All you've done
playoff game.
Yeah, all you've done is padded stats, regular season stats, with so many Dallas Cowboy fans. He was second in an MVP, Mod. He was second in MVP. He was this, that, and this. He had all these. That stuff's big trash. It don't count for nothing when it comes to you being able to get your contract from your owner, number one. And number two, if that is supposed to be the so-called leader of the Dallas Cowboys, you see what CeeDee Lamb doing? You see what Micah Parsons getting ready to do? Them boys, Micah Parsons already came out publicly and said he want to go play for the Steelers.
Time out. Super chat of the night so far. Quadfather says the Cowboys are cooked like Skip Bayless' career.
That is absolute super duper all-time greatest big facts ever done by the Quadfather. Thank you. They are completely cooked. Completely cooked. They are done. They're done.
Hey, that's a good fork in the road real quick. Because I want to know what's going on with Skip Bayless. I ain't been keeping up. It's like he's going to be leaving.
He's going to be gone before football season starts.
Why?
They fired him. They let him walk away with his dignity. They fired him by extending him till the end of August, the beginning of September. But they fired him.
What'd he do though?
He's trash.
His ratings have went to doo-doo. Garbage.
Well, that's what it is then.
Yeah, when he got rid of Shannon, he died.
It probably went down a little bit more with Shannon than it was with Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
So he's been trending down for a lot of years now.
Yeah. Yeah, and they said, no way. They said, we're not going into another season dealing with the shenanigans and you trying to figure out who you're going to get. Because the thing is, Skip Bayless don't have great takes. What happens is he gets a person across from him, and then he sticks to whatever. And then they debate, they go back and forth. That's why he rolled with the Cowboys forever. That's why he rolled with the Chicago Bulls. This is the same guy that said Baker Mayfield would be bigger to the city of Cleveland than LeBron James. He said it.
Dude,
he said it.
He makes your takes sound tame.
He said it.
I was thinking the same thing. He said
Tate,
that bad.
Tate, you want to take a quick second to say hi to some fam over here in the chat. T Tate, we see you over there.
T Tate in the building.
Yes,
she there.
yes,
I
indeed.
see her.
T Tate, what's happening? What up, cuz? Shout
We got
out
David
shout,
Burns in
hey.
from Cedar Hill, Texas.
shout out to the fam in enemy territory, like B Dirt is in Pittsburgh and like Cincinnati. T Tate is in Cleveland as a Steeler fan.
Be careful, T. Stay off of Aaliyah Chagrin. Stay off of Chagrin at least. Stay from over there.
Yeah.
Stay from over there.
I don't know how this plays out in the long run, though, man. I'm real interested with not giving up that money to anybody so far, whether it be Dak or CD or Micah. Everybody wants to pay.
I give it this. I give the money. I don't want to. I give the money to CD before I would Dak.
No Diddy. Heard that.
You already smoked it. We got you. No Diddy, no doubt.
Why? What I do? I paused.
You was gonna give it to him. You did correct it. You did
That's how
correct it. Yeah. Well, you cut out a little bit, so it made it a little.
And I couldn't get the sign up fast enough. I couldn't get the sign up fast enough. But yeah,
you cut out. You broke up a little bit. That's what it was.
I got this one on my trash internet coming up. But I give myself the D.
but yeah, I don't know, man. I would probably give it to. I give that money to Micah first, CD second, Dak third. But what's the backup plan? Because you got Trey Lance in the last year of his deal.
Yep.
Yeah, but you could pay him $15 million though for a season.
Your draft was hot garbage. Like, what's the plan to put things again? Fill the cupboards back up next year.
Again, they're in the situation the Steelers are in. They got a $45 million quarterback. Russ is only 40, but the Steelers not paying that. But Russ getting paid 40 to play quarterback this year. They got an unproven, very talented guy on the bench, backing up these high-priced guys, Fields and Trey Lance.
Yeah, but Fields is more proven than Lance.
Facts.
Yeah, he is. He started probably about 40 games in the NFL.
And you've seen his upside, and he's had a raw deal with a lot of turnover at offensive coordinator and not enough pieces around him and garbage offensive line.
I agree, but my point by saying this is to say they can both get both. Russ has a great season, takes them on a little playoff run, divisional round, AFC Championship. I'm not coming back and paying Russ $45-50 million.
No way.
I'm gonna go ahead and boot it up with Justin Fields and give him 15-20. See what he does. Then we get with incentive. And Trey Lance do the same thing for Dallas. But yeah, Trey Lance only started like 5 or 6 games. So he's really much of an. But you ain't got nowhere with that yet for the last 8 years. So, hey.
Tim Lyons, super chat. Just to let us know he made it just in time to give us that thumbs up.
Facts, bro. We appreciate the 2 fingers, Tim. He said, yo.
Just thanks for stopping in.
He's in the chat.
He was out and about on Friday night and still managed to drop in before we were done. We appreciate it.
Yeah, facts. Hey, but I got a hot take. If y'all want a burner, I got a hot take.
You always got hot takes, G. We supposed to ask for this one?
Well, we're going to ask one more.
You going to save it for a big G burner?
Is this a Cowboy? Is this Cowboys? Or is this a big G? Is this a big G burner? You got another one?
It's a Cowboy burner. Big.
You got 2 burners.
Yep.
Let it fly.
Dak Prescott and or CeeDee Lamb will not be playing for the Dallas Cowboys next season. They're going to let Dak walk. They're going to trade CeeDee Lamb. They're going to get the draft capital. Shador Sanders and Deion Sanders will be in Dallas next year. Book it.
Ooh.
And they're going to work to get Travis Hunter.
Wow.
That's my hot take.
That is a burner. It started off a little dicey, but it got hot at the end.
I'm saying Lamb gone, Dak gone, Mike McCarthy gone, Cook out of there. Traded Lamb for draft capital. They're going to have a horrible season, draft Shador Sanders, and they're going to work to get Travis Hunter.
What's a horrible season?
Less than 6 wins.
Oh. Less than 6.
Less than 6.
Corner time. I don't even like Dallas.
You gonna bet me corner time that they get 6 or less?
Yeah, I will too. I'll bet it on Pay's behalf as well.
Ooh,
If he doesn't, we go 15 minutes apiece, and if Pay doesn't want his 15, I'll take it and I'll bet you 30.
I'll bet y'all 5 apiece.
5 apiece if they win.
I'll take it.
6 is a push. 6 is a push.
6 is a push. That's fair. I'll take it.
Oh man,
I'll take that bet.
So, but he said 5. He said
I get to push at 6. I get to push.
He said less than 6.
Okay.
So we'll push at 6.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if they win 7, you owe us corner time.
Yeah, 5 minutes apiece. 5. Yeah, I'll take that bet.
I hope I got to get it 5 minutes for real.
Yeah, because I think they're going to throw it in because Jerry Jones sees this next cash cow in Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders. He sees it. Yep, he sees that's what I'm saying. He sees it, and he's going to try everything to get Travis Hunter with him too. Try his best, whatever he's got to do.
I'm going to tell you that's my favorite bet I've ever made because if I lose, I'm going to be the happiest guy in the world.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Corner.
Shout out to Mother of Afton. Says she can't wait. Miss Kathy can't wait to the know-it-alls on Sunday. We really appreciate you. I'm you with the Afton Big G special, the double salute. Going both ways.
Oh boy. Green Friday is back.
No doubt,
Just
no
like
doubt.
that.
That's a pause. That's a pause, Tate. No doubt.
Okay. Well,
Tim Lyons earlier said that Deadpool and Wolverine was awesome. So he was obviously also paywall.
Yes.
That's why Pay's not with us, Tim. He went paywall to go watch this. Let's see. Good segue there, Tate. Way to force the segue. College football, keeping that train on track. College football. Do you see anybody going undefeated? We're gonna save G because he's gonna bloviate about this one. Tate, do you see anybody going undefeated here?
I don't think anybody goes undefeated, and they don't need to with the college playoff system. If you lose 2 games, you got a tough schedule, you'll get in. So I don't think anyone will win all their games. I think the teams closest to doing so probably will be Georgia and Ohio State, is what I'm gonna say. One loss apiece for those schools.
I like it. G, I'm gonna save you for last.
Got you.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say no one goes undefeated because of the Pac-12 and the Big Ten combining so many teams together. I think that's going to be tough, a gauntlet to get through. I think somebody's going to get knocked off here or there, and I don't think you're going to have a Big 12 or SEC team go undefeated this year because I think they're going to get beat in the playoffs because I think the winner of the national championship will be the first time since the CFB that will come back-to-back out of the Big Ten.
Ooh. Who you picking, B-Dirt?
That's a different show.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
He just don't want to tell us Big G picking Ohio State.
He said it's a different show.
It's a different show. It's a different show.
Hey, so listen. I think the ACC has a chance to have an undefeated champion, just based on strength of schedule.
Can't get through the tournament.
I'm saying regular season. I think the ACC
has the best
undefeated.
Chance. Undefeated is always.
Yeah, I meant season. Yeah, I thought season.
No, I'm just prefacing it. I'm just saying that the ACC has the best chance to get all the way through.
So Clemson can lose in the first round.
Yeah, exactly. Or no. Clemson ain't the team in ACC.
There it
Florida
is.
State? Miami.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Miami Hurricanes is the best team in ACC.
Miami Hurricanes have never won an ACC championship.
That is absolute facts. So, but they have the best chance. So, saying all that to say this, there's chatter out there that if certain coaches lose to certain teams and that's their only loss, they possibly could get fired. Starting with the team that I love. There's chatter out there right now saying that if Ryan Day loses to Michigan. In the last game of the season, he's going to get fired. I'm saying all that to say stop it, because it ain't going to happen. It ain't happening. It's virtually impossible in my mind and my line of thinking that any team will go undefeated this season. And if they do beat Dirt and Tate, they're the best college football team that ever played. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. If you win 3 to 4 playoff games and you go undefeated 12-0 in the regular season, which means you can end up 15-0 or 16-0, you are the greatest college football team that ever played. Period. It's no conversation. Throw 2002 Miami out of there. Get them out of there. Nebraska, throw them away.
I don't think you can, because if those great teams you think are great now played this thing, when they had it then, they probably would go undefeated too.
I don't know, man. The cross-pollination with the scheduling, and now that these conferences have joined, like you get 2 jump out of the 12 into the SEC, you get 4 jump from the Pac-12 to that Big Ten. Nah, bro, it ain't happening. Strength of schedule is unbelievable.
You said if somebody goes undefeated.
Yeah, if they go 12-0 regular season and win 3 or 4 playoff games and end up 16-0, yeah.
I already said that ain't happening.
Right.
Hey, Big G, Afton said, G, you got to get beat Dirt on Level Up.
Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, I'll tell B Dirt afterwards.
I'll get the blue and yellow glasses out for it.
We plan on doing some cross-pollination on Level Up with some of the guys.
Man,
who are on Fans First Sports Network.
It ain't no love for me. Y'all want pay. Y'all want B Dirt on Level Up. Oh, there ain't no love for Tate. Ain't no love for Tate.
Hey man, that's between you and the chat, bro. That's
between you and the chat.
That's between you and the chat.
You don't love Death Row?
That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and the chat, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me.
That was great. Tate, that was fantastic, by the way. All right. Well, Big G just got done bloviating. So why don't we go to Tate's Take? Give us a take to take us out of out to this weekend.
Oh, out to the weekend, man. I really don't have a Tate's Take. I'm Tate just gonna tell you, right? That's all I'm gonna do is tell you what to look for coming up, and that's these Olympics. That's the Star Athletic Group. My brother-in-law's group was all his athletes today over in Paris. I don't know if it was before or after the ceremony, the opening ceremonies, but they obviously mentioned most to these two.
Kung Fu.
Yes. Sha'Carri Richardson and Kenny Bednarik, Kung Fu Kenny. Sha'Carri will be running the women's 100. Too. You get gold in all of them. Kenny is not even a sneaky pick. I think he's the next pick to challenge Noah Lyles.
Facts.
In both the 100 and the 200. He finished second in the USA trials. I know since then they've been working really hard. So yeah, I'm really rooting for Kenny. Root for USA first and Sha'Carri and Kenny second. My brother-in-law Dennis's other 100-meter runners in the women are Melissa Jefferson and TT Terry. Check them out. They'll be running in the 100 meters. I expect the women's relay to win. Jamaica going to be tough. And same thing with the men. I expect the men's relay to win, but Jamaica going to be tough. It's always between USA and Jamaica. But yeah, check these guys out. Sha'Carri Richardson, obviously you know her. Kenny Bednarik, you might not know, but he finished second at the trials in the 100 and 200, right? Gee, you was watching, I think, too. He told Noah Lyles, Noah, I'm on your ass. He told him that.
Big facts, he told him that.
Yeah, so that's what Tate's telling you. Just be sure chat gets started. My wife leaves to go over there on Tuesday. I know they going to the semifinals and finals and stuff. I don't know when it actually starts, but when she gets there, they'll be there for the semifinals and finals. And yeah, so just check it out, man.
We got some comments over here for you. Afton said, Tate, you don't argue enough about Ohio State. NSMC 99 said all love, Tate.
Thanks,
Jamie
NSC.
Jamie Carlos said nothing but love for you, Tate.
Thanks,
And
Jamie
I have
Carlo.
to thank you for another great show.
Yeah, I was doing my Snoop Dogg. You don't got no love for Snoop Dogg and Death Row? I was just doing my Snoop Dogg. No love for Tate.
All right. Big G Burner. You got another one for us in the chamber?
Oh yeah, this one I prefaced this.
Light the fire.
I prefaced this some weeks ago.
Big G. You can't go in the metrics off a crazy burner. I'm just telling you.
That's okay. I prefaced this some weeks ago. I started this chatter about 2 months ago, about 2.5 months ago, right? Now, we've seen some great WRs in college football. We've seen Marvin Harrison Jr., we've seen Calvin Johnson, Megatron, we've seen Randy Moss. I mean, the list goes on and on of great. Braylon Edwards was another great wide receiver from University of Michigan. I mean, straight up great wide receivers that their game transitioned from college to pro. I'm telling you straight up. And you could say I'm biased. You could say I'm all Buckeyes.
You are.
Jeremiah Smith is the greatest wide receiver that I've ever seen play football. I actually got to see him. I saw him. Like, I'm talking about 10 yards away from him and saw him do some stuff that I have never seen nobody in my whole life do. I've never. I saw Chris Carter play in person live. That was my godbrother's roommate at Ohio State. I've seen the greats. This kid is unbelievable. I think Jeremiah Smith will be first-team All-American as a freshman.
Best
wide
receiver you've ever seen, or best at Ohio State you've ever seen?
Best wide receiver I've ever seen. I've never seen nothing like this before in my whole life.
Back it up a little bit. Give me some stats real quick this year. Prediction.
1,250 yards, 11 touchdowns, and week 6 against Oregon, he'll have 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they'll be talking Heisman Trophy. I'm willing to say that.
For a true freshman.
Week 6 against Oregon, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they'll be talking Heisman Trophy.
Remind me how tall he is.
6'4", 224 pounds.
Big boy, yeah.
4.29,
grown man. LeBron
4.29 40-yard dash. 4.29, 44.5-inch vertical jump. I've never seen anything like this. Never, ever seen anything like this.
Randy Moss?
He's 20 pounds heavier than Randy.
He sounds like a mix between Randy Moss and T.O. That's what he sounds like.
When I put my eyes on him, he looks like a mix between Calvin Johnson and Randy Moss. That's what he looks like. And this the killer part. He's supposed to be a high school senior this year. He reclassed. He's only 17 years old. He'll be 18 in October. He's only 17. I've never seen anything like this in my whole life. I've never seen it. And I've been around football my whole life. I've never seen nothing like this. Nothing. He is, when they're saying he's different, this kid is different. Different. Totally different. So that's my burner. I think Jeremiah Smith is going to win first-team All-American as a true freshman.
We'll bring that back up later in the year.
Yeah.
On the receipt book. And I'm going to leave you with an odd doing you dirty. Man, some things have hit close to home recently with some madness in the world. The former president running for re-election had an assassination attempt in Butler, PA, just up the road from us. The young man who attempted said assassination lived in our neighborhood.
Facts.
So really close to some craziness out there, and I just want to do dirty the mentality of not being able to disagree with people and still have civil activity and conversations with them. We don't agree on a lot of things with the homies. But we still get along really, really well. And I will reference. Most of you can only read the Wu-Tang is forever on the sign. But right above that, it says, presidents are temporary. Wu-Tang is forever. Presidents are temporary. Most of this other stuff is temporary, man. Do your social part. Do your political part. Vote. Support whoever you want to support. Agree to disagree. Have civilized banter. Learn from people. Take in as much knowledge as you can. And be a good member of society.
Facts.
And if you're not, I got no love for you. That's all I got.
I'm with it. Facts.
So with that, I'm gonna let Big G take us out here, close us off, telling everybody where to go to. Tate, you could play that little tidbit you got if you got it. And if you got anything to add,
I got to upload it again. But I'm just gonna say, great point, B Dirt. I mean, you stepping in on Mod's Moments territory, man.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know if it went that deep, but we're around here, man.
B Dirt, you got to change the sign that says presidents are temporary. You need to say the homies are forever.
The
homies are forever. Forever.
I don't know if I like y'all know to be around forever.
Well, you kicked off the gang already. You're out of here. No. Yeah. Tate, we couldn't do it without Tate. We couldn't do it without Tate. We couldn't do it without B Dirt. We couldn't do it without Payday. That's why we come together as the homies. Absolutely. And I listen to a lot of podcasts. And
obviously, it's not the same when one of us goes paywall. We've seen the reactions.
He's got the big fine coming. So don't worry about it. But yeah, so listen, make sure you check all of us out on everything that's out there on Fans First Sports Network. You can catch all of our shows, Running Through the Jungle, Bear Claw, Pay Dirt, The Homies Overtime, Pump Your Brakes, The Know-It-Alls, everything that's out there. You can catch us all on Fans First Sports Network. So if you listen to us, you might as well listen to all the different things because we do our separate things, but come together on different days through the week to really bring you guys the best sports audio content and video content that you can actually find. So make sure you rock with us on Fans First Sports Network, and you'll check me again on Sunday on the Know-It-Alls podcast with Ma and all this shenanigans, Tay Boy Fresh, and I'll be back Monday with the Level Up podcast with Andy P.
And before we say goodnight, I want you seriously tune in on Sunday to the Know-It-Alls podcast on Sunday evening on around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think I'm going to be in that chat trolling Mod after what the Dallas Cowboys have been doing, oh, man, it's going to get fun. Come on over. It'll be a good time.
Lit up like a Christmas tree.
Hey, we appreciate all you guys.
Yeah. We'll check y'all next week. We'll holla and thank you again for rocking with us. Peace.